Okay, here we go. Hi everyone, welcome back to another live stream. So I'm back here with Infinitode 2, and as the title says, today guys I'm gonna actually show you my serious and final, hopefully, attempt at achieving the record highest wave. Now that I've learned about Gauss' second ability, know that leaving it lower level is actually better than upgrading it, especially for using the cloning process of basic ultimate. And I've also learned a couple things regarding the miners, regarding some bugs, also involving, for example, the miners, the scalar miners, not giving any more the full experience to basic towers through the modifiers. That was also something that I saw coming and I saw happening. So that's what you can see here. I've actually placed vectors now in the four corners, so that should allow me to never stop giving that experience to my basic tower, so to keep giving the macro experience. Another thing that have changed is the fact that now I placed 8 portals. Placing one single portal, unfortunately, it's just bad because I just spawn the waves too slowly, and I end up like losing potential double mining speed time on my miners because of that, because the wave just takes too long to be spawned. So that's why I placed 8 portals here in this way, in this left side, because anyway I'm not gonna have enough modifiers after on, like later on, for Gausses to place. So that's why I place them in this left side, so they're all should be in range. And then here the portal just teleporting enemies right here, then just continuing with this vertical path. And yeah, other than that, I've just placed a bit more of these teleports so that the freezing towers are gonna place, the snowballs can be actually automatically transported back here, so I can create the snowball cascade effect. And other than that, I place also a little bit more of these teleporters around the map, once again, to just make sure that once I'm gonna fill the entire map with freezings or with blast, I can at least, especially at least the freezings, I can make them teleport and I can create the snowball effect. I don't really think it's gonna be needed, like I'm gonna need to place that many freezing towers to create like a permanent snowball kind of effect, but still, And I've also placed some portals, in case you didn't notice, that have healers inside, and that's because of the fact that I will not care about one-shotting enemies with flamethrower, because I will be using sniper. I will be using sniper ultimate to actually destroy and make enemies explode, and yeah, that's gonna be how I'm gonna be able to keep on surviving even until very, very late waves. So yeah, I've done this. I think is gonna work a bit better. Maybe when enemies are gonna have like trillions of HP, that's maybe the only part where even with my Gausses like doing trillions of damage and bringing enemies super low, but my snipers might not be able to then kill them with critical hit very quickly. So that might be the only like bad thing. So that's why I really wanna I wanna place more of these snipers inside. So I'm gonna just change here the range time with damage, because I think I might be placing more snipers here, so that even if enemies are killed up here, I can still create the explosion effect because of sniper ultimate. So I guess that's it. Then I'm gonna be placing some more snipers up here, so that should also mean that I can create explosions up here, and maybe some more here. Maybe I'm gonna leave 4. Yeah, these 4, and then these ones also I might place snipers as well, just to make sure that even in the very, very late game I can still proc the explosions from the ultimate. So that's my goal, because it's closer to 3.5 tiles, so this is 3 tiles and half, so it should be around here. And then I have the sniper here, so actually I can place one more blast here later on. And yeah, so that's the idea. And other than that, the map has pretty much stayed the same as I last showed you guys. And yeah, I'm gonna actually, in this live stream, I'm gonna start the map. I'm gonna show you the beginning and all the process of like placing the basic towers and getting everything done at the beginning. So let's start. Of course, I'm playing here on endless, lowest difficulty, and with research, you know, maxed pretty much. This is my current start research. I've debated whether to remove some things. For example, here I could remove loot rarity and also these 3 more HP. I could get these 6 stars that I could use, but I don't really have that many uses for that. Like, because it would be very nice to get this extra power per level. It's only until level 10, so it's only gonna be 2%. But at least, you know, it's some more range, but I don't have enough stars. So yeah, that's why I've kept everything like this, because there aren't really any other things I could sell. Like I could potentially also remove this one, the tower upgrade price. That would be another 6 stars, but again, it wouldn't be enough to actually get these two. So so yeah, and the other things are actually very, very important. The ability one, maybe, like I was debating, maybe this one I can remove, because like those extra 3 seconds, the map is so long that I don't think it's gonna be that important. So yeah, I could do something different here, because I have 7 here, then 3 here. That's already 10 stars. That's 13 stars. So that should be, and then plus this 6, that's 19 stars. So 19 stars, and that should be more than enough to get this, and actually maybe to even save and to still have the extra HP, right, to be able to tank more enemies. But yeah, for the meantime, I'm gonna just leave everything like that. I don't really think it changes that much. So yeah, let's just jump into the gameplay. And yeah, of course, at the beginning, the important thing is to place down your miners. Remember, the 5 central ones are going to be the ones that are going to be receiving the highest amount of mining speed. Yeah, these are going to be the ones you're going to max first. But then you're going to max these ones in the corner. And those ones are going to be vector. And as I said before, I placed this vector here because of the fact that my scalar miners, after a while, they stop giving and proccing the experience from the modifiers. I don't really know why. It might be a bug, but yeah. So for that, so that doesn't happen, I have set it up like this. And now let's start. I'm gonna need just one basic tower, I guess. They're not gonna have this exact same experience, but that should be fine. And now I just want to see, yeah, placing more experience modifiers than mining speed. So I think in the corners here of the basics, I'm going to be placing the experience mods. I have 14, so I should be able to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I actually have 2 left. And then in the sides of the basic towers, I'm going to be placing the mining speed. So for example, I'm gonna be placing it at least so that I'm touching multiple miners at once, right? So for example here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I still have 4 left. So I could be placing probably the last 4 like here, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. I presume should be a little bit better. Because here in the corners, I don't know, it's just to, like, I think it's better to just power up the miners in the center. And yeah, so let's go. As I said before, yeah, here just gonna place 1 so that I know what to do. All right, here we go. And then at the beginning, actually go pretty slow because of the fact that I wanna place everything as quickly as possible. And yeah, so that's the idea. Placing these 9 miners first, right? So that they can start stacking the double mining time and so on. Then placing now the basics in all these experience multiplier spots. Then placing the experience mods. There we go. and then just going for the extra speed. All right, so I can place 1 1. Oops, no, nope. And another experience mod up here. They're not really that expensive, so that's good. All right, here we go. Giving more experience now through the core, very important. Now at this stage, I think I'm gonna just place these last two mining speed modifiers. They start to be pretty expensive, so. And now I'm gonna upgrade every single miner level 1. And I think this is the stage where I start placing the bounties, right? So to start generating some passive income. Some more coins, very, very important. So that's 4, 6. I'm gonna place 7. And yeah, probably 8, because then they start to be quite expensive. Right, so that's 8. Now the last 4 scalar miners, they're pretty expensive as well, because they're gonna be more and more expensive, right? So I might place. So what is cheaper? This 3.2 instead of placing the experience modifier is 2.5. So yeah, let's actually place them down. Once again, I just want to make sure I start gaining the double time. And now I'm gonna be placing the last modifiers here, experience modifiers. So up here, and then down here. Right, I'm not really going that quickly because once again I just want to make sure I do things as clean as possible, as quickly as possible. If you go too fast, then you're gonna end up like losing time. So yeah, that's the idea. All right, here we go. I also have the last 4 mining speed modifiers to place, but they're pretty expensive, so I think I'm gonna first upgrade all these miners level 2. Remember, the ones in the center first, right? The plus, and then the ones in the corner. And then you can upgrade the other ones in the center, and then the last ones that you're gonna upgrade are the ones in the far corners, because they're the ones that have receiving the lowest amount of extra mining speed, and also the lowest amount they're touching less experience modifiers. So that's the idea. All right. Now wave 135, I'm gonna increase all these spaces just to level 5. And now I'm gonna start going for this extra tower upgrade cost reduction. And then placing some more bounties here, I guess. I gotta place just one more, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna be maximizing my income first, and then I'm gonna start maxing these miners. Maybe I could place the last 4 mining speed modifiers. But I'm gonna be maxing at least this color here in the center, because this one is actually giving experience to these 6 basic towers that are in the center, that are by far the towers that are gonna be receiving the highest amount of experience. So now going faster. Last bounty, here we go. So bounties are over. Yeah, start maxing this basic in the very, very center. Level 10. And you can see how much more time I can actually save up already in this early game, just because of the fact that I'm going for like I place more portals, so enemies are spawned from multiple portals all at once, and therefore it's a lot less time that they all take to then be spawned outside. Alright, and that should be the last modifier here. It's going to be pretty expensive, 27.3 thousand. Yeah, here we go. They're all placed down. So now is where I'm going to start maxing these miners as well. Always in the center, remember? First. The important thing is that the basic towers are actually touching the... Yeah, I might place here... I might get all the miners level 3 at least. I think that should help. And now just keep on maxing this one. Five. All right, here we go. Now maxing the ones in the corner. I'm actually gonna try to upgrade them both at once. So like 1, 1. Okay, so here some enemies are starting to sneak past. So I'm gonna start maxing my my basic towers. Yeah, so that doesn't happen anymore. I can just destroy all the waves as quickly as possible. I will not be really placing, like I don't want to place too many towers that are not going to be other than freezing, because of the fact that I don't want to steal any kills, so that like most of the experience is going to go to the basic towers. That's my idea. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's place these 4 freezings. Let's get them all level 10. Right, so that should be now slow. So I've maxed the 4 basics in the very center. So now it's all about getting these vectors. Now, because of the fact that these are vectors and not anymore scalar, they're actually a lot cheaper. Now look at this. If I wanted to upgrade one more scalar level 4, it cost me 45 coins, 500 coins. Upgrading vector level 6, because I only have place 4, it's a lot cheaper. So that's why also like going for this different kind of strategy, it's much better also for the cost, because they're cheaper. So yeah, here we go. I got power now per level after level 10, so that this is where your towers gain a lot of stats. Okay, here we go. The 4 vectors. I'm trying to upgrade them all in the same, almost at the same time, so that I'm giving, once again, I'm evenly distributing the experience as much as I can. It's going to be 18.7. All right, so that's 9 miners maxed out, wave 300 pretty much. So that's pretty good timing, I would say. And now, do I have some more modifiers I could place for basic? I could place like one down here and one down there. Maybe also one here. I'm gonna focus, I guess, on the left side. So I'm gonna place one more experience modifier right there. Why not? And then, so one on the left, and then maybe one here on the right. Yeah. Why not? Just to use them, you know, I had 2 left, so just to use them up. And once again, I'm gonna start upgrading these scalar miners at the center. Remember, at the beginning, the goal is to max the miners. Now, because I see that especially light enemies start to be a problem, because I only have the projectiles from my basic towers, I'm gonna place, yeah, just 1 blast, I guess, here. Level 0, but just so that I can have a different type of attack on enemies, and therefore I can, especially light enemies, will not become so immune. And yeah, we should be able to kill them a bit more quickly. Here we go, level 10. And now it's all about just getting the last 4 of these miners upgraded. So because of the fact that these miners actually are giving experience, are touching 2 experience modifiers, I'm gonna upgrade these ones first. So that's the only reason why I'm going for these bottom ones first. Right, this blast, the important thing is that they're not stealing any kill. Like, they are doing some damage, but yeah, that's pretty much it, all they're doing. And one thing I know though is that by having to place more portals, of course, I'm now spawning more enemies, right? So I'm spawning also light enemies, spawning healers, I'm spawning, yeah, those two type of enemies I think are the only ones different. Nine, here we go. And yeah, wave 389, 90, almost counting. After I max these last two Scholar Miners, I might start placing some snipers later on strong, so that I can start weakening the enemies. I don't want to really upgrade them too much, because like snipers with the crits, they end up doing like millions of damage, and enemies right now they have, let's see, yeah, 3 million damage each wave, pretty much. So yeah, they don't really do that much damage. So yeah, I don't wanna upgrade the snipers, you know, too much. But yeah, just keep on upgrading these snipers, upgrading these Scholar Miners, and yeah, just going for overload. Remember, once you max all the miners is where you use the 15 overloads. But I'm gonna show you a trick on how you can use overloads, but without having enemies leaking. So yeah. Alex, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm doing fine, thank you. This is once again a serious attempt at beating and achieving, you know, 7500 wave. But in this case, I've changed some things on the cast map. You can see I placed 8 portals. Even if, you know, they had healers, no, I placed them. I've changed some things with the portals, also with the miners, so that I can keep on, you know, maximizing the effects. Unfortunately, my previous attempt ended up being a failure because of the fact that yeah, many things didn't really work in the way I wanted, and yeah, you know, that was just bad. So how about I get 4. Yeah, a little bit more basics just to proc the stun. This is where I'm gonna place it already, just a Venom, just placing it so that I know that that's where I should be placing it. 44.7 thousand. Is there a difference between 1 and 8 portals for this scenario? Yeah, it's a big difference, and that's why I placed 8 portals. The main problem with like placing only 1 portal is the fact that all enemies have to come out from that particular portal, and because of that, and the fact that the more you keep on playing, the more enemies, so the waves start to have more enemies inside. You just can't. Oh wait, I'm gonna just upgrade these miners. Yeah, here we go. The wave, like the amount of enemies to be spawned, like they take so much time, like physical time to be spawned, then that you start losing the calling the next wave early. Like it takes so long for the wave to be spawned that you end up losing this time that you can save inside your miners. You start losing it. You lose it, and like around wave 1000, I already had like almost no time saved inside, and I couldn't upgrade it in any way, because of the fact that it was just linked to the fact that the wave took too long to be spawned. And so the difference when you place more portals is that if the portals have the same type of enemy or is shared, all those enemies can be spawned at the same time, and therefore it takes a lot less time to spawn all the wave, and therefore it ends up being a huge help, so that you can keep on gaining, you can get a lot more of this double mining time. So yeah, you're free to check it out, but yeah, it's definitely like it was literally the physical time. Like a wave 2000, I think like it took about like 1 minute and 20 just to spawn the entire wave. And the amount of time I can save by calling the next wave early is 49 seconds. So you can see that I like ended up always being at least late of 31 seconds. And yeah, that's time that you end up losing, and then until you have 0. So yeah, that's the idea behind placing like more portals, so that the enemies can be spawned more quickly and you can keep on having more time, more double time. So I've maxed all the miners, so this is where now the next part of the strategy comes. I will be just saving, getting some extra coins here until 50,000. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Now I'm gonna use overloads. Now in order to use overloads properly, what you wanna do is you wanna place 4. Yeah, I'm gonna go 5 crushers on each side. So that means 40 enemies I can hold on the left side, 40 enemies I can hold on the right side. And you wanna upgrade these crushers level 4. All right, then I'm gonna be placing some 3, 6, 7. 7, yeah, here we go, like that. Some more blasts. And then you want to place as well some freezings around so that you can keep on slowing the enemies. So that's the idea. So for example, here as well for the top side, because I have this freezing reaching up till here. So yeah, that's it. Here reaching this top side, and then just here and here, yeah, until the very end. All right, here we go. So that should be slow, not permanently applied, almost maxed, and some crushers. And now here I might upgrade this crusher a bit more. Like I want to get them level 7. So level 7, yeah, here we go. And this should be enough now. I'm gonna also get this blast level 6, and this should be enough so that I'm not gonna have any problems with the enemies. So like even if I don't use any abilities, enemies shouldn't sneak past. And once again, I'm maxing here the speed, and of course I'm giving as much experience to these basics. That's of course the idea behind using overloads. Alright, now here let's just keep on placing some crushers, I guess, just to hold some more enemies. Yeah, actually this is working a lot worse than I wanted. Yeah, I can hold a lot less enemies than what I thought I would be able to. So maybe I should have placed a bit more crushers. Because yeah, this is gonna cause me just to lose too many lives, even with the zombie enemies. So yeah, I might need to use here a global ability. Yeah. I didn't got freeze here, the ability, because of the fact that I wanted, like I wanted to have a spot for low ball lightning. I think it works just a lot better. And actually I might use 1, 2 ball lightnings here. And the map is very, very long, so it doesn't seem so, but enemies take a lot of time to reach the end. So yeah, that's why I like this setup. For the zombie enemies as well are super strong, so they also help. If you can place these freezings a bit sooner and you can start creating a bit more of these snowballs, also that helps, but it's not like game changing though. So just 90 more seconds. I have some more snowballs here, also the ones being created by these freezings, which is not the best, but you know, for this stage, I guess it should be good enough. Alright. And yeah, I think I should be fine, because just 30, yeah, 20 last seconds, and even all these enemies should then be destroyed, because they will not be able to reach. Yeah, here we go. So that's it. I'm gonna keep though the zombie enemies here, the crushers, so that I can destroy the last enemies up here, because I don't have any towers. But then I'm gonna sell all the crushers, I'm gonna sell all these blasts, because once again I just want to maximize the experience that basics are getting, even from kills. So let's see, when I'm gonna kill all these enemies on top, I'm gonna then just reset. So I ended up using 2 ball lightnings and 1 firestorm. I don't know why my previous attempt like ended up being better, but maybe it was because of the fact I placed more freezings and I had a lot more of crushers as well. Like level 7, they were all upgraded, like I had more as well. So yeah, it might be the cause. Yeah, here we go. So that's it. So there are no more enemies here, right? Nope. So that's when I now sell. No, wait. Yeah, here, sell. Sell this, sell all these blasts as well. I'm gonna sell as well these freezings. And I'm gonna replace them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just a level 10. Maybe you could sell bounties to upgrade last miners faster on error waves. That's true. Yeah, that's true. So that could be an option. But at the same time, like I don't think that like enemies really, if it just like maybe 50 waves early, I don't think really changes that much, because with 15 overloads, enemies get so much HP, like they get so strong, that I don't think that having a difference of like 1 million HP here really changes that much. But yeah, you're right. I could have sold these bounties, you know, that they would give me a lot of coins back, and I could have maxed these last miners a bit sooner. So yeah, that's true. My bad, I guess. Now let's check the experience here given to these basics. So the ones in the center have 343 million and counting. And here, yeah, my bad. I should have placed the blast hours just to stun, to proc the stun. So the ones in the center, they have, yeah, the ones in the top a little bit more, 340 million. The ones in the very center, 310. The ones in the bottom, a little bit more. It's actually interesting, 370,000. 70 million, sorry. So the ones at the bottom are actually the ones that are doing most damage. Then let's see the ones in the corners. On the sides, 140 million, 141. This 128, 28, 321. So look here, the extra experience modifier, how much it's doing. So this one, 128 million compared to this one, 321 million. So yeah, it's just very nice. Nicholas Maximilian, hi, welcome. That is how max upgrades look like. I hadn't even reached there. This is a little bit of a mix. This is both a mix in terms of so which is the this it's weird. Like I see a snowball moving that I don't know where it was generated from or from which freezing, because I sold everything, right? So yeah, just weird. But yeah, you're gonna also get there. This is also exploiting, like creating this super large cast map, which of course is a must if you wanna like reach the highest wave possible. And yeah, so that's the idea. So I'm starting to struggle here, so I'm gonna start placing these snipers on strong. Strong. And let's upgrade them until they reach with the range the very beginning here of the portal. Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna upgrade them to level 10 yet, so that's level 8, I guess. I'm gonna go here for, yeah, level 3, the third ability. And I can connect here, can place some damage modifiers for these snipers. So snipers, you know, with the crits, they should be bringing enemies very low on their HP. And then I have basics that should be maybe killing the last of them. So yeah, that maybe that could be something. But yeah, this sniper is starting to kill a lot. But I guess at this stage, like after you use overload and your basics, you know, most of the experience of your basics is coming not from killing enemies, but from the miners, right? From the modifiers. So I guess it doesn't really matter at this stage that basics also have the maximum amount of kills. But definitely, yeah, snipers are doing a lot of damage. You can see also here the attacks, the kills. Zip Kraus, hi, welcome. How do you upgrade multiple towers at the same time? That's a hotkey that you can use on Steam. I just hold a button, like control, and then I upgrade the tower, and that makes all the towers of the same kind to be upgraded at once. So that's very, very useful when you don't want to click on every single tower and you want to upgrade it. But I think it can be only done on Steam. Like otherwise, you have to click hold, right? And then you have to select yes with this little dialogue. So that's the only difference compared to Steam. Like on Steam, you can shortcut it. What about Crushers to get the bonus experience? Yeah, that's also true. And that's also something that I did on my previous attempt. So yeah, maybe I could try. Let's see. Let's try to change. So no, wait, here it's just too far. So if I go for these 4 Crushers, yeah, this one I don't want to place it because I don't want to split the experience. But I still need snipers because of the fact that Crushers, it's true that they can hold the enemies, but it's not very low. It's not very a lot of time, like until you upgrade them and they start leveling up, but they can't really hold for that long. But yeah, it's definitely an idea. Actually, I'm gonna get them level 2 so I can get some experience and I can reach level 7 so I can get the even additional experience, bonus experience. Aptem, hi, welcome to the stream. Yeah, on Steam you actually click here, you hold, and then you have this dialogue and you upgrade all the towers of this type. And you can also see how many coins you're gonna need. With the shortcut on Steam, you don't see how much it costs. So that's the only like downside. What if one day, in a few next days, the gases are unable to weaken enemies to less than 10% HP? What will you do then? In that case, that's when you just lose. Because of the fact that like if you can't bring enemies too low, your gases are not doing enough damage, then that's when you know that the game is coming to the end. That's why here, by the way guys, I'm building multiple gases. That's why I have 12 total basic towers, because from each of these basic towers I will be cloning, and I will be getting a Gauss. So that I'm gonna have multiple Gausses, so that I have the damage from more of them. And at the same time, it's you know, I'm gonna be gaining a little bit less maybe damage because of the fact that I'm splitting the experience, not just with one basic, but I'm splitting it between different basics. But because I'm placing more, it should be, at the end of the day, should be doing more damage. But yeah, it's just it. So once you can't really bring enemies too low to the threshold, that's when you know it's gonna be game over. Maybe add search modifier to the sniper so they keep attacking the enemies with most health. Oh yeah, true. That's a good idea. But now they have a little bit more, too much range, right? So I'm gonna sell these snipers. I'll actually sell all of them. I'm gonna replace them. And now that I'm gonna have the extra range, I can actually upgrade them. Yeah, level 6. Yeah, level 6, because that's enough to reach crushers. So that should be enough. But still on strong. So strongest. Alright, here we go. Remember that search also increases range, so that's why I had to sell them and rebuild them again. I think the experience burn is too OP on Gauss. Yeah, it's definitely good, but it's especially good on Endless. Like on normal mode, it's like I haven't really seen that many people using the cloning process, like, and getting more than, I don't know, maybe 1000 bonus damage, maybe 2000, because of the fact that it's just on normal, like the game is a lot harder. So yeah, you just can't do it properly. Well, the ability is what makes Gauss viable. I mean, it's especially, I think Gauss, the best thing of Gauss is different things. Like, first of all, the fact that you already have base damage is super high. So it's the highest damage in the game, right? The first ability increases even more the damage, and also it brings enemies very, very close to being dead, but not quite. And this is especially good, you know, if you're combining this one with like Flamethrower Ultimate or with like Sniper Ultimate. You know, in case you're going for like leaderboard endless runs or like a setup like I'm doing, then that's when the second ability is actually very, very useful, because you gain even more damage. Now the third ability instead is very useful on any scenario in which you're not gonna exploit the extra experience, you don't care about the extra damage, and therefore you can just get more coins. So this is very useful like on those maps where you don't have that many platforms, or like on maps that are where gaining more coins, upgrading more, like your miners, your towers, is actually better. So yeah, that's where it's useful. For example, on 6.3, going for first and third ability on Gauss is actually the best, because you gain even more coins. And then the ultimate, unfortunately, other than on 6.3, the ultimate of Gauss is not really that useful, because you already gain a ton of double time. So yeah, gaining even more time on your miners, I would say that it's not really needed. So yeah, the ultimate is quite wasted, other than on 6.3. So yeah, the only problem with Gauss is that it needs to be placed close to a miner. That's the only like downside of Gauss. And the fact that, unfortunately, not even with max endless, the charging speed is super low. I would really like that the charging speed with maximum endless would be like 50%. It would be so much better. Like if you would attack a lot faster, yeah, it would be tons better. But yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, for example, Alex is one of those players that is competing a lot in the normal leaderboard, and he's actually quite high. I think it's in the top 20 in the world right now. So he's a super strong player. And you can see that he himself has said that he has only used the cloning of like basic ultimate with Gauss only on 2 maps. So it's not something that you use that much. So that's why the second ability is not really that good, or like it's the must go for Gauss. It just depends on the scenario. Alright, so enemies are starting to push a bit more forward, so that's where I just keep on upgrading this, embracing more crushers. I'm not upgrading them that much because, once again, I'm trying to limit the amount of damage they're doing, the kills, right? And I'm trying to give as many kills to basics. Also, these snipers here, yeah, they do not really have that many. This one just 520, but yeah, it's not too bad. Unfortunately though, I'm not really calling the next waves very early, so I'm losing time. So maybe that's something that I need to fix. So yeah, I'm gonna just don't care anymore about seven, yeah. Let's go on weakest on these ones. Now, because of the fact that it's a lot better, remember, it's a lot better than trying to, you know, kill enemies with a basic or whatever. It's a lot better to then defeat the waves and to call the next ones as fast as possible. So that's why here I'm gonna start placing more snipers, maxing all of them, you know, and just killing these enemies. So even here I could potentially get more power here, more experience, and also upgrading a bit more these miners. Probably these crushers level 7 could be nice. Yeah, this basic was hitting level 10, and you don't want to have the knockback, because with the knockback you actually send enemies to the portal, and so you can't hit them anymore with like your snipers, with your crushers. So yeah, that's why I ended up selling that particular crusher. Let's also max his venom. Yeah, why not? $27 in the leaderboard. Wow, that's great. Completely unrelated question. Opinion on mint ice cream. I enjoy it, to be honest. I don't really eat that much ice cream, but definitely it's like any flavor that it's kind of either from fruit or from vegetables, it's a nice flavor on the ice cream. How many damage did those basics do? My endless usage is just still low. Now let's try to take a look at these basics. Now so far my basics have around this one here in the middle, 18.2 million damage. This one 10.7, 12 million, 10.4, 9.8, 10.7, 10, 10.2, 11.8, 10.2, 9.7, and 12.1. So you can see it's just completely random. Some of them are more, it just depends on which one gets the kill, I guess, or which one gets like the bouncing. Oh, I forgot to get the extra damage. I had all my basics just with the third ability, not with the second one. Oh, that was so bad. That's why I was struggling so much. Oh no. Rip. That was a blunder. That was a big blunder by me. Yeah, my bad, I guess. On Endless Basic is one of the best towers. Yeah, it has pretty decent stats, like has a pretty nice attack speed. Damage, also the damage multiplier, it's insane. Like look at this, my damage is actually being multiplied by 1.1 thousand%. So it's insane. Like 100 and 100, like 1150% extra damage. That's insane. So yeah, you end up doing a lot of damage with basic itself. Do I have anything? No. So I'm not sure why some enemies are then being stunned. Oh, okay, because yeah, I'm gonna now sell this. I'm gonna sell the blast towers, because like they were stunning the enemies up here in the portals and I couldn't attack them with snipers. So yeah, I don't really like that. So that's the ultimate from Venom. That's very important. And now if anything, I'm gonna place a blast that just can't reach the portal. So yeah, here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this 3. Here we go. Power. I don't get how bit dust dropping works. Is it with score and playtime and difficulty? Bit dust is connected to the bit dust drop rate research, and it's connected to loot frequency and loot rarity. So because it's connected also to loot rarity, it's also connected a little bit with playtime. But if you have loot rarity very close to max, the playtime that you need until all loot becomes legendary is very low. So it definitely plays a role early on, but like later on, as you have loot rarity almost maxed, you shouldn't really become a problem anymore. But I don't really think it's linked to score. I don't think having more score means gaining more bit dust. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just linked to bit dust drop rate, loot frequency, and loot rarity. Those are the only 3 factors that affect how many bit dust you get, and then chance, of course. Alright, very nice. So yeah, now it's all about surviving, gaining as much time as possible on these miners. If I can reach like maybe 10 hours, 12 hours, it would be very good. Before I hit like wave 1200, something like that. On the topic of bit dust, what order do you recommend upgrading loot frequency versus loot rarity? I think you said 2-1 for frequency rarity on one video, but then in another you said to only focus on frequency. Yeah, unfortunately, Ziv, that was a mistake I did back then. Because some videos are older, some videos are newer, and as I was playing the game, I ended up doing a lot of research, a lot of testing, and ended up realizing that many things that I believed to work or to be good ended up being not so good. So the best ratio is actually 2-1 ratio, but only until you reach loot frequency level 40 and loot rarity level 20. So like loot rarity level 20 is the threshold. You wanna keep the 2-1 ratio only until loot rarity level 20. Then, afterward, you wanna just upgrade loot frequency. So you keep loot rarity at level 20, you just upgrade loot frequency. So that's how to split it. So yeah, some older videos I might say to even keep loot rarity like a level 0. And that's just super bad, and even level 10 it's bad. So best, level 10 it's definitely better than level 0, but it's slightly worse than level 20, so that's why it's better. It's best to keep it like 2-1 until loot frequency 40, loot rarity 20, and then you just focus on loot frequency until you reach loot frequency level 93. Then you reset loot rarity, so you get back those tickets. You get loot frequency level 97, which is where you start gaining a ton of bit dust, a ton of loot. Then you get loot frequency level 98, and then you start upgrading and maxing loot rarity. So that's the best. Progression. All right, let's go level 10 here. These scratchers as well. I could potentially get some additional freezings here. If I can at least reach one portal, then I shouldn't proc. I don't want to proc yet the snowball effect. So that's why I'm just placing these freezings that can reach the portals, right? Yeah, you're welcome, Ziv. I hope I clarified to you. I've made like updated and the new videos regarding like the best progression for the frequency loot rarity, but sometimes when like some players just look for videos on the internet, sometimes older videos are recommended. So they watch older videos in which I say, those wrong things. And yeah, that's why sometimes players get like confused. But yeah, that was a very good question and I hope it was really helpful. How do I buy loot frequency loot rarity in the prestige tickets? section multiple times. You just need enough tickets. Like if you have enough tickets, you can get multiple times the upgrade until you run out of tickets. So yeah, that's how to do it. You know what? At this stage, I could be placing some more modifiers here for these snipers, especially the ones that are a little bit further away. So placing all the damage ones. I have one more, so let's place it, yeah, here, and then placing some power. Yep, very nice. And I still have 3. So yeah, why not? I'm gonna just fully max these snipers so that I can do as much damage as possible with them. And once again, the idea is to destroy the wave as quickly as possible, so I can still stack the double time on my miners. I'm approaching here wave 850, and you can see here the HP of the enemies is around now, well, it just depends. Some waves have like 75 million, 80 million, some waves are 100 million, some waves have more than 140 million. So it just depends on the wave. But yeah, around, I would say, like 100 million is the amount of HP. Where are they spawning? They're spawning down here. These are the 8 portals. I've actually placed some teleports so that they are teleported automatically here on the straight line. Because of course, Gausses are best when they attack in a straight line. So yeah, that's the idea. Now, because of the towers that I'm using, for example, snipers, right, are now doing most of the damage. And the enemies I'm struggling with, as you can see, are fast, because sniper is only 1/4 effective, and lights, which once again, sniper is only 1/4 effective. So that's also some other things that you have to remember. But as I said before, it might be worse because of the fact that I'm spawning more enemies. More different type of enemies, right? But yeah, this is just allowing me to stack a lot more of time here, which I think is just a lot better, because you end up giving double experience to basics. So let's see, my basics here are around 400 million here, 355 million. The ones in the bottom a little more, 427 million. The ones in the corner, 370 million. And then this one, 160, 154. Yeah. Yeah, enemies get very, like, they get more HP very, very quickly. So yeah, and not only that, but also there are more enemies. So like the amount of enemies that is being spawned, it increases over time. I think you misplaced the freezing towers on the right. These ones. Oh yeah, true. I didn't realize. I should have placed them right here. Yeah, you're right. I just want to make sure I reach at least one portal. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, that should be fine. Yeah, thank you, Alex. I didn't realize that I had placed the freezings on the wrong vertical line. Is making a weakened Gauss for these enemies a very unnecessary thing to do now? Yeah, it is. Because of the fact that if you do use the basics ultimate right now, it's true, you get a Gauss, so you can survive a lot better. But you stop, you don't have any more of that experience. You lose it. And you don't have any more overloads, you don't have any other way in which you can get it back. And so it's a lot worse. So it's always best to survive as long as you can with the basic towers, and to just survive like this. Like in theory, I could place here, for example, one Gauss, right? And I could, I don't know, have some more damage being given, and I could be applying, some more damage. But as I said before, I don't want to steal any unnecessary experience for my basic towers, and yeah, that Gauss would be pretty weak because like these enemies, yeah, it's true that they have like around now 140 million HP, but my Gauss, even if I max it, would reach, I don't know, maybe 300 million. So yeah, it wouldn't really be that strong regardless. And I can't place any modifiers because of course I have all the spots taken. So yeah, that's why I'm just leaving here my basics to earn and to keep on earning as much experience as possible. Dinor T1, hi, welcome. Are you a fan of the League of Legends team, the Korean team, T1? The MSI should start, I don't know if today or maybe next in a couple days, but yeah, I'm looking forward for that. I don't really play any more League of Legends, but I enjoy watching the the pro players playing in the pro matches. Alright, so far so good, I guess. And yeah, unfortunately, this is the part of the game, guys, when it becomes pretty boring. Like, it's where you just need to wait. And because I know that my towers are strong enough, and I don't need anything else, I could literally just go FAK, and I could come back at wave like 1500 to check if everything is still working, and to see if I need to upgrade, maybe place more crashers, maybe do some more stuff. But yeah, this is the part of the game where it's pretty easy. King's Gambit accepted, C33, hi, welcome. Which map do you recommend me if I just finished the story mode on 3 stars? I recommend you, well, it depends on what you want to do now in the game. If you wanna finish and get all the Endless research, then I recommend you to start completing quests on Endless. And just go on stage 1 and stage 2, and that's it. That's what I recommend you to do. Instead, if you wanna just compete for leaderboards, then I would recommend you to farm stage 5.5 or 5.7 to upgrade your normal research. And yeah, once your towers are strong enough, you can take stage 6, and yeah, you can try to unlock Crusher there. Remember also to play on easy mode. If you play on easy mode, it's a lot easier to get all the stars needed to unlock 6.3 and therefore to unlock Crusher. So yeah, just remember to also play on easy mode if you struggle too much. Nicholas here asks, does the Vector Steel Inferior still give more experience to the towers than Scalar? No, it doesn't. Scalar, if you place a Scalar resource and you place a Scalar miner, the Scalar miner mines the fastest. So for example, if you place a Vector miner on a Scalar source, you get less Scalar. Instead, if you place a Vector resource and you place, for example, a Vector miner, you end up gaining more Vector than what you would get from Scalar if you would place a Vector miner. I know if that sounds confusing, but that's how it works. So it's always best to, like, if you have a source, for example Scalar, to place a Scalar miner and not any other miner, because it just maximizes the resource. And that's why, for example, here I placed Vector, and I placed the Vector miner and not anything else, because that just maximizes the speed and therefore the amount of resources earned, and so the experience I can give to my basics. Fadir4325, hi, welcome. Would you rather pick basic high damage but slow attack speed, or low damage but fast attack speed? At the end of the day, it's pretty much the same in terms of DPS, because like more damage but low attack speed or more attack speed and less damage is roughly the same. But because of how the game works, I will argue that going for more damage, it's slightly better than going for more attack speed. Like, even if your attack speed is not so high, but it's decent enough, you should still hit all the enemies. And also because the basic special ability increases the damage multiplier, so, and not attack speed. So I know that at the end of the day, you know, in terms of speaking, DPS is the same, but yeah, it's just better to go for a little bit more damage, in my opinion. I had to use 150% endless just to get 2 stars from 4 on 6.3. Yeah, because 6.3 has special requirements, that's why. But normally, like if you just want to unlock Crusher, so you just want to unlock 6.3, you need enough stars on 6.1 and 6.2. So that's why going for easy mode, it's better for that reason. Right now I'm actually trying to get every trophy in the game, except the Verpa one. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good idea. And I recommend you, like, you can do it after you reset one time the quests. I think that's when you can try to see if you can go for some trophies. Because like your towers are a little bit stronger, like you have a little more research, so that should be a little bit easier. But remember, you can gain trophies even if you play on easy mode. So at the end of the day, getting trophies is actually pretty simple. The Master Trophy is unlocked when you complete all quests. So of course that's something that you want to do after you unlock the Prestige Research. So remember, you need to reset quests twice before you unlock low frequency and low variety. So you want to, of course, reset at 25% first, and then the second time also 25% because it's just the fastest. But then after that, you can, you know, slowly do all the quests and you can, you know, get them done. But I recommend you, like, getting the Master Trophy is not really a game-changing thing. Like, you only get one more level, one more starring level on your towers, and then what else do you get? Let me check here. And then 1% less of tower upgrade price. So that's like garbage. I mean, it's true that if you don't have research maxed, then endless research, you know, you have already a lot from here. Plus, you have also star research, like you have a 2.5% less here and another 2.5 here. So you know, this extra 1% is pretty bad. So yeah, like the Master Trophy is nothing too game changing, and it's super difficult and especially long to achieve. You're gonna need a ton of time until you can get it. So yeah, the Laser Trophy, I don't remember where it has to be earned. Let me check here. I think it's a map, right? Is it one of the last ones? Oh yeah, it's you have to beat wave 180 on level 5.7, which once again is something that seems pretty hard, but it's pretty easy because like this map, it's very good designed, and if you have pretty decent towers, it should be pretty easy to achieve. Is it worth it? Let's check here. I don't remember the stats. You get 5% more acceleration with minigun and 10% more burning time with anti-air. So that means it's completely garbage, the trophy itself. So yeah, it's just bad. It's not really worth it. I think the only worthy trophy is the... I don't really think there is any trophy that it's super good, in my opinion. Like, at least not in my knowledge. Probably this one, the Millionaire one, is pretty useful because you have one more bounty, one more mining speed modifier, which is pretty nice. But other than that, I think the other ones just give so little stats that, you know, this one is pretty nice early on, like 1 extra second wave interval. It's not so bad. But yeah, most of the other ones are just bad. Yeah. and they give very little stats. Like look at this, 0.5 more experience, 1% more sell refund, a bit more attacks with basic. So yeah, this is just very bad at the end of the day. Like it really doesn't count for that much. So yeah, I wouldn't really struggle so much. In case you want to get these trophies, don't really struggle or think that it's like a life or death situation. You can just get them later on and it's not going to really change that much. So yeah, no trophy really. I think it's really that nice. Maybe just the millionaire one, as I said before, and maybe also search here for the wave interval, and maybe this one also for the extra, for the more modifiers here. For example, tensor, matrix, right? The more modifiers, but then that's it. Like I wouldn't really say that the other ones are very good. Opoxen 420, hi, welcome. Laser is bad when fully upgraded compared to other towers, but on very specific scenarios it works. Yeah, that's true. If you also go with a single like laser combo, it's also very good because like you can kill most enemies with it, so you get more from the ultimate. And especially in the first like 500 waves, it's pretty nice. Then unfortunately it falls off because enemies get more and more HP. You can't kill them fast enough, so you end up losing stacks from the ultimate, and then yeah, once you lose that extra percentage damage, it becomes trash. Yeah. Millionaire can be achieved, the trophy can be achieved when you get at least 1 million score when you're playing on normal. So that's the only thing that you need to do. It can be custom map, it can be normal map, it can be whatever, but you have to play on normal to get it. King's Gambit here says, do you think it's actually smart to place... Sorry. Alright. Do you think it's actually smart to place bunch of anti-airs when air enemies come? You just release next wave because you know the anti-airs will kill them. I mean, there are so many towers that can kill flying enemies that I wouldn't say that anti-airs like are even needed to be placed there to kill the airborne enemies. So yeah. Tesla, minigun, then some other towers, splash, depending on the map, or depending on how much research really you have. Multi-shot with the ability, also missile with the ability, a laser. All these towers can attack flying enemies, and all these towers like are superior to anti-air. Like anti-air is such a bad tower. The ultimate is bad, level 10 is bad, like everything is bad. But yeah, anti-air, one thing though that is useful, that I have to admit it's useful, is the fact that when you set enemies on fire, you slow them. And the slow, especially on jet enemies, is very nice. So that's the only thing that I would grant to anti-air. The first thing is that it's the cheapest tower in the game, even cheapest that any modifier. So you can use them as flat fillers, you can use them in any way. But then the fact that you can slow down with the burning. So you can slow down helis, and especially you can slow down jets, which is very useful. So that's why, for example, in some runs where I know that there are many flying enemies, I just like to place one anti-air, upgrade it a little bit. Anti-air has a lot of attack speed, so it becomes, even if the chance to burn is pretty low, but because you attack so quickly, you have so many projectiles, the chance is pretty decent. And once you set the burn an enemy on fire, you slow them down, so you can have the extra CC from the slow, which is pretty nice. So that's the only usage. I know I've used anti-air, but that's pretty much it. And then as gap fillers. Yeah, exactly. Anti-air is useful to make the path long on 6.3. And I think that's the most famous use for anti-air, really. Other than like very, very early on in the game where you only have anti-air to destroy flying enemies. Like you don't have minigun, you don't have Tesla. So, you know, the most common towers are not used. Why is your crusher so expensive even with max research? That's because of the fact I placed many crushers. Crusher is the only tower in the game where the more you place, the more expensive it becomes to place a new one. So see, for example, here I'm gonna place another one. Look here, the cost 4,800. Another one, now it becomes 5,700. And yeah, the cost just goes up. The more you place, the more expensive it becomes. So yeah, it's exactly like modifiers. Yeah, like modifiers. So let's get some basics here, some crusher, sorry, also on the other side, why not? They should have like barely enough range to reach the path, so to bring some enemies, once again, close to them. That should be good. Bugs is OP. What is OP? What is bugs? So yeah, at a certain stage, getting like for example a crusher and upgrading it, like also the upgrades become more expensive. So that's also something I have to remember. So all these singular upgrade levels, they become more expensive. Like the more crushers, the more you upgrade them, the more expensive they become. Not just to place, but also to upgrade. That's just how the tower works. But yeah, this stage of the game, look here, how many coins I have, like 9.5 million and counting. So yeah, I don't really have any money issue, any cash issue. So yeah, I don't really care about, you know, my crushers being so expensive. Yeah, so far my run here is superior on every single aspect compared to my previous run. See here, like my score is higher. Looking at the same playtime, right? Same wave, my score is higher, my kill enemies is higher, more mining speed, more mined resources, more wave calls, and more clear waves. So yeah, it's better on every single aspect. Then instead of the coin generation, you can see that I've got 11.8 million total coins. And from these coins, you can see that the highest amount is actually coming from the wave calls. So calling the next wave early, this is where most of my coins is coming from. You can see that at the moment, I'm actually getting around 13,000 coins just from calling the next waves. So yeah, just very nice. Then the second coin source is enemies killed. You can see 3.20 million. Then it's bounties, 1.12 million. And then the other. Now this other is the passive coin generation. So is the yeah, it's the passive coin generation. So that's just how to call it. And yeah, also remember, as Alex says, that crushers, if you grab an enemy and then the enemy can survive afterwards and is speeded back on the track, then it's far less like enemies like get a resistance, so it's more difficult than an enemy can be grabbed by another crusher. So that's how it works. So exactly like a blast, right? When you stun an enemy, the chance of being able to stun it again decreases over time. And the more time you stun it, the less the stun lasts and the less chance it is that it gets stunned. To be honest, is balance modifier made to troll newbies? Yeah, actually I think the balance modifier, I think I've never used it. Like maybe just for some weird like quests maybe or scenarios, but other than that, like I've never used it. Never. Like it's one of those modifiers that I don't really see the point, especially like I think they're mostly useful maybe when you're playing on normal, maybe on leaderboard runs, but other than that it's just I don't know really how to maximally exploit a particular mod. Balance is needed when you want to feed experience to a tower that is not placed next to a miner. Yeah, that I would say is the best way to use it. For example, here, see that this freezing is not being touched by a experience modifier. So if I would want to give some experience to this one, because I have a basic here, I could place this balance modifier, and so some of this basic experience, like the experience that this basic is earning, is gonna be given to freezing. And the idea is that the towers can reach the same level, so it's gonna distribute the experience so that each tower gets the same experience amount. But again, you always start like a level 1. I'm gonna just place it here. You always start level 1. Then when you upgrade it, you actually need experience to upgrade it. And while it's upgrading it, you're not giving any experience. And then yeah, at the beginning it's very little experience per second, then becomes higher. And I think at max level, how much it is? I think is it like 100 experience per second? I think it should be around 100. And once again, it's look here, look how much experience my basic is earning. Like it's earning thousands per second. So the balance modifier wouldn't be able to keep up. So yeah, you know, it's just a sad modifier in my opinion, especially if you're taking a look at endless, right? So on endless, when your miners have so much speed, your modifiers give so much experience, that's when I think that those modifiers really lose value. Alright, wave 1160. You can see, guys, my max DPS is 4.2 billion, and I haven't really used anything. Definitely in some scenarios it works, and I think definitely is used on like normal leaderboard runs. I think that's where the balance modifier is mostly useful and used. But on endless, I would argue that it's like I've never seen someone on endless to using it, unless you just wanna level up a tower a little bit more quickly, right? But yeah, that's the only usage for that. Yeah, also on daily quests. Yeah, that's right. Also on daily quests. But daily quests have to be played on normal, right? So okay, so what's happening here? My freezings were creating snowballs even if there were enemies inside Crusher. So I don't know what happened there, but it was just weird. So yeah, I have created here some snowballs. Yeah, daily quests have no research, and they also force certain stats, right? They have like unique stats, unique passives on the different levels. King's Gambit here asks, do you think I should research maxily freezing for the snowball ability? I mean, if you can get it to reach level 20, at least, then you can use the ultimate, so you can start creating snowballs even if there are enemies in range. So I would say that that's very worth it, because snowballs is again a very useful tool to stun enemies, to delay their advance. So yeah, I would say that it is yes, but only the passive experience, remember, because you just need it to reach level 20 to get the ultimate. You don't need to max like every single stat, like range or freezing speed or the poison and lightning bonus and so on. Remember, there was a daily that had almost every slot with bonus modifiers. I'm guessing they wanted to annoy people. Can you sell the modifiers though? I think any modifier or any tower that is already placed, pre-programmed, to be placed, I think it can be solved. Oh, you couldn't? Oh no, that's so bad then. Yeah, it's a troll. Now, I think I'm gonna start changing this sniper targeting to actually closest, to nearest. Because in that way I can proc the explosion, right? No. Because I'm feeling that these snipers were sometimes attacking enemies that weren't really close to the group, and so they weren't proccing the explosion. Remember, when you kill an enemy with a critical hit, enemies explode, and they do a percentage, 38.5% of their maximum HP. You know, this, every time that you do percentage damage is very useful, because of the fact that it doesn't matter how much HP enemies have, they're going to be receiving a percentage of the amount. So yeah, it's very, very useful for that reason. Now let's check the basics here. Wave 1200, let's see how much experience they have. These ones have 460 million. Also, this one also 460 million. These ones here in the corner, 180 million, 180, 82, 81, 430 million. Nice, 430 here. And this one's 404. This one's 487 and counting. Okay, so I'm getting closer and closer to 500 million experience. So pretty nice. And my miners have 9 hours and 44 minutes stacked double time, so that's great. And yeah, so far you can see that the waves, like, I'm taking longer to destroy these enemies, not really because they have a little bit more HP, but because there are just more enemies. And there are physically more enemies, so it just takes longer to destroy them all. But still, I'm pretty happy. I'm still able to destroy these enemies relatively quickly. So yeah, that's a good thing. And I see that there are some waves where there are only healers. Yeah, for example, these ones here, only healers. And instead there are some waves where healers are mixed with other enemy types. These waves are the most annoying ones, because that's when like healers are gonna heal the enemies. No, they're gonna power them up. Yeah, just a little bit more annoying. And here we're strong. Again, another one with strong. Here regular again. This alone, alone, alone. So yeah, it's not really a lot of healer waves, so that's great. Yeah, all right. Healers now heal themselves. I think they heal other healers. I don't think they can heal themselves though. I don't know, like I've never checked it out. But I think healers can heal other healers. Do you think it was easier to play Infinitode 2 on mobile or PC? Oh, definitely on PC. Like the Steam version, it's 100 times better. Not only because you have better graphics, so you don't have any lag, you have the bigger screen, right? You can use the mouse, but especially because you have the keyboard. So you have keyboard, you can do a lot of things much more quickly. You have the mouse, and you have shortcuts. So yeah, the Steam version is definitely better. But on mobile, like if you're just playing like 6.3 or you're just doing your normal level stuff, I think it's more than enough. Steam version, it's now it's free to play, so you can get it for free. If you have a computer, you can download it. Infinitode 2 is a very good game because of the fact that it requires very little memory, so you don't need like super strong graphics, no computer processors, stuff like that. And you can always disable most of these stats, most of the effects, so that the game can run even smoother. But yeah, the game is exactly the same, guys. Between the Steam version and the mobile version is exactly the same. So the research doesn't change. It's exactly the same. And yeah, the Steam version now, it's free. Like when the game got released on Steam, the game had to be purchased. So you had to pay a little bit of cash, to a little bit of money, right, to get it. But yeah, the game had a lot of sales. The developers were able to get a lot of cash, so they made the game free to play now. So you can download the game for free on Steam, and you can play it exactly as I'm doing. The only thing that's different now is that because the game is free to play, you don't have any more, you don't get double gain unlocked for free. So that's the only difference. So yeah, the harder thing on mobile is the fact you have to use your finger. So sometimes your finger cannot allow you to see things. You have to tap on anything, so you don't have shortcuts, you don't have a mouse. And that the graphics, also the phone, are lower than a computer, so you end up causing a bit more lag. Even if you deactivate, even if you reduce the game to be as small as possible, you remove all the stats, all the graphics, but still the game on mobile phones can sometimes lag, especially when you're proccing a lot of effects like Splash Ultimate on 6.3, having millions of enemies inside. So yeah. Luzev1145, hi, welcome. I think in the last update, in the last patch, they have upgraded the performance of the UPS. So now the UPS shouldn't really drop as much as it happened before. So that's a good thing, at least. Also, the multi-buy is way harder because you need to hold it, no hotkey. The multi-upgrade, yeah, that's also... like on Steam, definitely being able to use the keyboard means that you can do a lot of things much more quickly. Like selling also custom map items, you can also setting up custom maps is a lot easier on Steam, right, on the computer, because you have the mouse, you have hotkeys. It's a lot easier on the computer than on the mobile. But remember, guys, that I was able to max all research or endless research just by playing on my mobile. Like before the game was even live, got even released on Steam, I was able to max it from my mobile. So yeah, like it can be done. And I didn't even have double gain. I just got double gain afterwards when I bought the game on Steam. But yeah, I was able to max everything even without any help or without even using a computer. So it's possible, it's just longer. Wait, is the 1.8.8 patch it hasn't been released yet on mobile? No, wait, that's weird. It should be released everywhere. So I think maybe you need to update the game. Yeah, exactly, so it was released. Yeah, normally they release both the... Sometimes the mobile version comes out before the Steam update. So sometimes that's how it happens. Okay, so I don't know why when there are some enemies inside Crusher, my freezings are able to create the snowballs. So that's just very weird. Like as if when enemies are being held inside Crusher, that snowballs, like it counts as if enemies are not there anymore. So yeah, that's why you can see that sometimes I'm creating these snowballs other than the ton of these rendered enemies. Yeah, that's just weird. So let's check here these snipers. Let's see the amount of enemies killed. 7.8 thousand, 9,000, 8.7, 8.2, 6. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Let's check these snipers kills. 2.9, 2.7, 2.7, 2.6. Yeah, pretty decent, I would say. Most enemies at the moment are being killed by snipers, by the kill shot, or by the crits, or by the explosion. So my basics at the moment, like if you check the kills, you're gonna see that their kills is not really going high, because they're killing like maybe 1 or 2 enemies every now and then, but it's very little enemies. Shouldn't you get the level 20 ultimate for faster snowball generation? Yeah, but at the moment I don't need to start creating, you know, the snowball cascade effect, because as you can see I can destroy all the enemies. But yeah, I could. The only thing though is that, especially the ones here on the left, because they are touching the teleport, you don't want to upgrade them all at once. You want to upgrade them with slightly different timings, so in that way you create the snowballs differently. So I'm gonna just show you guys here how it works. So you create the snowball, here we go. Now here you play the game, so you go very slow, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get them in order. So you just don't get them at the same time, and this is what happens is that now you create this almost permanent effect on the snowballs, because they're all generated with different timings. And yeah, that's how to do it. So remember, never hold the tab and get this upgrade at the same time. Never, remember. Especially if you have the towers that are all linked to the same teleport, because otherwise these snowballs are produced, they're all on top of each other, so you just waste a lot of potential. Yeah, instead these ones on the left, because some snowballs are gonna go towards the portal, some others are gonna go towards the right side. I think I can just get them all at the same time. So yeah, let's get them. Here we go. Yeah. And now you're gonna see, once these snowballs are gonna be on top of each other, you're gonna start seeing the snowball effect, creating almost one singular stream of snowballs almost continually. And yeah, why not, you know, just to add some more stun on these enemies. Why not? Mine more? I can't mine more, because I've used all the modifiers, I've used everything, so yeah, I can't. To be honest, I could have placed more miners down here, see? But I hadn't, because of the fact that here is where the Gauss towers are going to be built, right? And I'm going to be placing the damage modifiers then, you know, for Gauss. I'm going to be placing modifiers for power. So that's why I left these spots open, because this is where I'm going to be placing some modifiers. But yeah. Oh, sorry. You were referring to the downloading time. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. But can you see that placing more miners here, maybe 2 more backdoors, will actually be good, right? Because like I would be able to give at least to these 4 basics in the bottom a little more experience. But as I said before, because I'm going to be placing modifiers there, that's why I have left them open. And here we go. Look at this effect, guys. It's awesome, right? And yeah, so you can see that these snowballs is almost permanent. It's not permanent. There are some holes, but there are a lot more freezings that I can place. So yeah. Queen to d4. King's Gambit. No, actually for the King's Gambit you do pawn e2 to e4, and then you do pawn to f2, from f2 to f4. That's the King's Gambit, by the way. The Queen's Gambit is the one where you go d2, d4, and then c2, c4. I know if you guys play chess, but that's how to do it. So yeah, welcome Brandon to the stream. Shouldn't you already place every for passive experience out of the enemy radius if you want more experience for basic? Yeah, it's true. It's just that I don't find the need to do so. I mean, I could, You know, I could place blast, could upgrade blast, but at this moment I don't need to. The only thing as well why I don't create this snowball production is the fact that snowballs can reach and can sometimes stun enemies when they are in the portal. And that means that I can reach them with crushers, I can't reach them with sniper, I can only attack them with basic. So that's the only reason why I always try to delay as much as possible, causing this snowball effect, so that I don't stun any enemy in their portal, so I don't waste any time. See, for example, this one, see, it's being stunned, and yeah, that sometimes that happens, and it's super annoying. So yeah, that's what I don't like. My basics can still destroy them fairly quickly, but yeah, that's why normally I wait for the snowball effect, because it just causes me to end up losing time in the wave. You play chess? Please stream and play us. We would love to watch. Oh, yeah, I play chess. Not really a lot. I just play for fun. I play, for example, for the how it's called, the different positions like that you have to solve, like the puzzles. I really enjoy that. I don't really like a lot the fact that you have to learn a lot of theory, like you have to learn a lot of openings. So that's the only thing I don't really like about chess. I like more to go, maybe, you know, learning of theory, like the first 4 or 5 moves, and then that's it. Like you have to improvise, you have to think about what you're doing. But yeah, if you guys want, I could stream chess, and we could be playing. Together. In German, we say that it means better having than needing later on. Yeah, it's true, but in my case, my towers are gonna level up also very quickly. Like if I place these freezings here and I get them level 10 upgraded, they're gonna be able to reach level 102 super quickly. So I don't, like, level 20 to get the ultimate, and then level 102 in a pretty fair amount of time. So that's why I don't find the need to get it, to place that many freezings yet. Why are you not upgrading Blast? I'm not upgrading Blast because of the fact that I don't want to proc the level 10 effect. Because that, once again, that throws enemies back into the portal, away from my snipers, away from my crushers, and yeah, it's just bad. I'm gonna do it only very late on, when enemies are gonna have so much HP that I will not be able to destroy the wave fast enough. So when I will not be able to destroy and to call the next wave fast enough, so I'm gonna start losing this double mining time, that's where I'm gonna place Blast and I'm gonna upgrade them. But only afterwards. So that's it. That's the idea. In a potentially highest wave run, wouldn't it really be early to place them? Yeah, it is early, like a 1300 wave. If I want to reach 7500, it's pretty early, right? Now let's check the enemies, how much HP they have. Yeah, some waves have more than 1 billion now. Have you ever seen these guys? Enemies more than 1 billion HP. Nice. King's Gambit, I think Alex have already told you how to get the second star on 6.3. You just have to mine more. So upgrade your mining speed modifiers, upgrade your mining speed for the miners themselves, and try to see if you can farm a little bit more, like that. That's the only advice we can give to you. And as I said before, try to focus on one star at a time. Like, for example, the star we need to kill enemies, you can go for that one, right? So you can place a lot of miners, you can spawn a lot of enemies. And in case you want to go for the score one, then it's better to play maybe on endless, lowest difficulty, but that already makes you earn a lot more score, and so on. So try to focus on one star at a time. What is the theme they use in the background? Sounds epic. Oh, it's the same music over and over. I'm sorry, guys, if I always use the same music. That is this one. It's Zaza Serotonin, but it's the only music that doesn't have copyright, and so I'm able to stream it and to do videos about it without having the copyright strike. So that's the only like problem. And I know it's the same music, it can be annoying after a while, so that's why I don't really have the music that loud. But yeah, it's nice. It has a nice rhythm. I like it. I chose it because of a reason. It doesn't have copyright and it's a pretty nice rhythm. You can edit the songs. Yeah, but how can I do that? Like, I've never tried it, so I don't know how to edit the songs. Can't you just do that on the developer mode? Mayo has a video about adding your own songs to the game. Yeah, but I don't have any songs like that I have created or I have performed, so I wouldn't know how to do it. I mean, I like the music from the game. It's nice, and the fact that every level has different music, it's very nice. The problem is that some music is copyrighted, and yeah, so that I don't have any issues. I prefer to use this particular music. Now, one thing that I could do, guys, is I could place, well, first of all, more crushers, but then some more of these blasts, and then I could maybe upgrade these blasts so that even if they knock back the enemy, they will not be knocked back into the portal. So that could be an idea. So maybe upgrading, for example, this one. I think the knockback here at max level is 3 tiles. So if I hit the enemy here, the knockback is going to be 1, 2, yeah, it's 3 tiles, is already too much. So let's place it here. Already 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that should be enough. So these enemies knocked backwards shouldn't reach the portal. So I guess that's something I can do. So that I can have at least some blasts up here that are upgraded, that do a lot of damage, that have more stats, and yeah, that can knock back these enemies. So yeah, should be working well. You can add any song that doesn't have copyright. Yeah. But it's very interesting, like the game itself copyrights the songs from its own game. Like that's why it's weird, right? It's not like I'm using any other music on the game, and that's why I get the copyright strike. I get the copyright strike because I'm using the music from the game. So that's why it's weird. But yeah, whatever. Oh, this one is level 10, I have to sell it. Every time they get level 10, they get close to level 10, I'm gonna sell them. I mean, I could place even more blasts here. The important thing is that I don't upgrade them, right? As long as I don't upgrade them, that's fine. The blasts also create this kind of like fog. I don't know if you guys can see it compared to before. Right now there is this kind of fog effect. So that's the only like sad thing about placing a lot of blasts. that you have this fog. But yeah, you can actually disable it. Like even if you disable everything, it just doesn't go away. So yeah, just sad. .8 theme is mind-blowing. I don't remember which one it is. Let's yeah, I can check it now though, because if I enter level 5.8, my progress is gonna be lost. Is there any way where I can check which music is being played on 4.8? Here? No, right? No. Right. Alright. So wave almost 1400. My miners have yeah, now they're losing time. See that now I'm starting to take so long on the wave to destroy it that I'm not able to anymore to stack the time. So I'm starting to lose that particular time. Now let's check the experience here from the busy towers. 500 18 million. Alright, 518 million, 450 million, 450 million, 147 million, 546, 482, 481, and then 200 million here on the sides, and then up here 205 million, 96. Okay, not too bad. You can see that definitely the towers in the center now are gaining more experience compared to the towers on the corners, but yeah, I'm pretty happy so far. Of course, the idea is trying to survive as long as I can with this setup, like without doing the trick with Gauss. So remember, I could place even more crushers, I could place more blasts, I could place more freezing, so I have a lot of different options I could do. So that's why I'm not worried. And actually, let's fill the entire vertical line here with crushers just to make sure up to here. Yeah. Now check these guys. Check the cost of the next crusher. 42.9 thousand coins. And now let's check how many coins I'm gonna spend to actually upgrade them all level 10. So I have 16.5 million, and upgrading them all 10 is gonna be 11.8 million. So I ended up spending, yeah, almost 4.5 million coins on getting all these crushers to level 10. Yeah, that's just crazy. And actually, all these blasts I'm gonna place up here because of the fact that these blasts are further away from the map. I can actually upgrade them all, also level 10. Oh no, wait, I messed up. I messed up because I upgraded also these ones level 10. Wait a second. Yeah, these ones are the ones I have to sell. Okay, yeah, that's good. And then yeah, just replacing them at level 0. Yeah, because I upgraded all of them at once, but I also upgraded the ones that I shouldn't have upgraded. Alright, here we go. Yeah, there is all this fog. Enemies can be seen pretty clearly, it's just the towers that are like fogged out. So yeah. Yeah, miners and crushers become super expensive. Like I think the last miners that I got were these ones on the corners, right? Yeah, look at the cost of this one. 141,000 coins just to max it, like until level 10. And this one also 112,000. If you check here the cost of the very last crusher that I upgraded, I think it was probably, yeah, this one, 705,000. And I only get back 70%, right, of the cost. No, maybe more, maybe 80%, because I have research. Let me check here. How much? I'm gaining back 30%. So that should be 80, right? 80% back, because like when you sell your towers at the beginning, it's like 50% back cost. So 50% plus 30 is 80%. Maybe I have some more with some other research. So maybe I can get up to maybe like 85%. But yeah, it's not really like I'm still losing some value. So it's not the actual amount of coins I've spent. But yeah. Alright, here we go. This definitely should allow me to survive longer. And yeah, my goal is to survive as long as I can, so that I can give to these busy towers as much experience as possible. Yeah, it's almost wave 1500. I thought, I'm pretty sure that this is pretty much the threshold. Like after wave 1500 is where it becomes very, very hard. Other than certain waves where you can keep on one-shotting enemies, it's very hard to keep, like, to destroy the wave very quickly. I can still do it on many waves, but yeah, it's just harder, especially on like fast waves, and light waves are the most annoying ones, because those enemy types, like my sniper, is weak against. So that's the main problem. Will you use FT Flamethrower Ultimate or just rely on snipers? I've placed portals here that contain healers, and because of the fact that Flamethrower cannot hit healers, that means that I'm gonna have to rely on Sniper Ultimate to destroy them and to one-shot them after, you know, Gauss is gonna bring them very low to HP. I really hope it works, because if it doesn't and enemies become impossible to destroy with snipers, even, you know, by having the crits and even by having all that, like I'm gonna place anyway a flamethrower, so that all the enemy types that are not healers will be one-shotted. But then for the healer waves, I hope that my snipers, all the ones I'm gonna place here in all this straight line, right, are gonna be enough. I really hope so. There aren't really many waves with healers. You can see here 2, then 1, then another 4, then like there are not so many. But yeah, I hope it works. I don't know, but it was the only way in which I could place more portals, because otherwise, like, I just didn't have any portals without armor, without healers, without icy, without flying enemies. So yeah, that's why I ended up placing these other portals that do contain healers as well. So yeah, that's my idea. That's how I'm gonna do it. Isn't this farming? I mean, it looks like it's not really farming for resources, because you can see here that until now, like, I've only earned 331 vidas. That's like very bad. Like, look also at the amount of green papers, only 13.9 million. So it's very bad for farming using this strategy, for the very simple reason that the portals difficulty is very low. So that's why you earn very little vidas, very little green papers. So yeah, you can use something similar to this to farm, but it's not the best. And I really don't recommend you to farm. Like, if you're farming a custom map, I wouldn't recommend to build it like this. I would recommend to build it much shorter, so that you can play for very little time, maximize the Tesla Ultimate, or, you know, just going for something of that sort. And you're playing for 3 minutes and then exiting the game, reopening, and then keep on going. Exactly as 6.3. You don't really want to play for that long. And that's why I always recommend not really using custom maps to rely on endless farming, but to farm 6.3, because it's already set up, right? You just need splash. You just need to focus on, like, infer mining speed, modifier mining speed, splash, and that's it. Coin generation helps, general stats help, but they're not 100% needed. Beat the swap rate is not something that you should go with very early on. You want to leave it level 0. I have done a video about that, and I really hope that players are watching the video and are following my advice, because it's it's super useful leaving Beta's drop at level 0. Like, you get so much more loot that you progress through the prestige research, like you upgrade your frequency variety much more quickly. So that's why you're gonna leave it level 0. And yeah, so at the end of the day, the important thing is gaining as much loot as possible. You then place the cast map, you sell it, you get prestige tickets, you upgrade your frequency loot variety until, 2-1 ratio, until low frequency 40, low variety 20, then you just go for low frequency, and then, yeah, the rest is history. I have many videos about that when I discuss how to do it. I think I have created a video where I show one of the possible ways in which you can farm cast maps for endless. And because it becomes very similar to 6.3 in terms of bits per second. But that's something that you can do only when you have maxed low frequency and variety. Because until then, it's not really worth it. It's 6.3 is a lot better. Bitdest is used to upgrade endless research. So yeah, endless research can be upgraded with Bitdest. And that's the only use for Bitdest, really. It's not really used for anything else. And that's why you can see that after you max all the towers and everything, like, you can just literally stack it up. So because, like, you don't really need it for anything else. So yeah. All right. Yeah. So far, so good. I'm gonna play here, I'm gonna do the live stream until wave 1500, then I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna keep on playing, of course, for myself, but I'm gonna pause the stream. I think it has lasted long enough. And I hope you guys enjoyed, all the first early strategy, or the first part of the gameplay. Setting up the miners, basics, using overloads, and then the setup of the map to try to survive as long as possible. Endless mode needs a lot of Bitdest. Yeah, at the end of the day, the amount of Bitdest you need is a lot. Like, to max everything. But it's not... like, once you max everything, like low frequency and variety especially, and Bitdest drop rate, then you get tons of Bitdest, and it becomes pretty quick, I would say. Like, the game speeds up a lot. The game is super slow in the early phases of the game, like when you unlock levels, when you have to unlock towers, even when you finish the story, like when you finish 5.8, the first part in which you need to reset quests, all that is super annoying. But then, and especially like as you unlock low frequency variety and you have lower levels, it's also very repetitive, very boring. So yeah, I know that many players, get discouraged when they reach that stage because they see themselves like not really progressing that much, and doing things over and over again. So yeah, I can understand, that feeling. I also got it. But yeah, the important thing is keep on playing, steady, not really too much every day, just enough so you don't get tired of the game. And yeah, slowly progressing, getting low frequency, variety, then maxing low frequency, and yeah. You also get a lot of satisfaction, like once you start gaining more loot, you start gaining more prestige tickets because you sell maps for more value, you get more stuff, you start also like the results of your efforts, when you can see them, they are very rewarding. And the game becomes super fun once you get close to like low frequency level 93. So when you reset variety, then you get low frequency maxed level 97 and level 98. the game becomes super fun, because that's where you start gaining tons of loot. Yeah, every 6.3 round becomes very short, so you don't need to use AFK strategy anymore. It's a lot more fun after that. Could you play theme of 4.8 on YouTube, please? I think all the music of the different levels should be uploaded online on YouTube, King's Gambit. So try to make sure you search it, and in case you can find it. Now, to be honest, I could be placing here a flamethrower with the cold effect, right? So in that way I don't cancel freezing, I can still go for the first ability, and then I can go for the ultimate so that I can one-shot enemies. I can place a search modifier up here. So yeah, that could be an idea, so let's go for it, so that I can destroy these waves a little bit sooner, like a little bit faster. That's my goal. Yeah, see, thank you Alex for sharing it. All the music from every single level is they're all uploaded, so you can listen to them. I'm going to make the most dark humor joke I have. Why is the 10 always scared? Because it's in the middle of 9 and 11. 10 is always scared. In the middle of 9 and 11. 9 and 11. I don't understand the joke. Norty one. Sorry for that, but I don't get it. I'm trying to think if it's like a wording for, like, it's a joke with the words, like how they sound. 9 and 11. 9 and 11. 9. Oh, 911. Oh, okay. Yeah, 911 is the number of emergency, right? Okay, I see. The developer requirements actually, I think, can be achieved much faster, because here you're gonna just need level dev, a total of 3000 upgrades, and then at least 100 hours of game played. So I think you can achieve that much more quickly than a lot of other things. Alright, so that's the burst from Flamethrower. You're gonna see now the kills going up because of the ultimate. The fact that enemies drop green papers killed in this way, it's also something that you can consider as a, green paper farming, but it's not really that much, so it's not worth it. The only problem is that the Flamethrower cannot reach the portals. So let's see if I can actually place it in another position. Maybe I can place it here, right? So let's check the range. Yeah, here. Here should be good enough. I can place 2 search modifiers to increase the range even further. And yeah, that should be enough to reach all the portals. Yeah, that's better. And I can reach almost until the U-turn. Yeah, alright, that's fine. I think that's better. Oh, okay. Bye, Norty1. Thank you for all the comments, and thank you for having watched the stream. I hope you had a nice time, and have a nice day. See ya. How many hours do you have on this account? Not really. Not that many. I have a little bit less than 180 hours. So yeah, not that many. I was able to max everything a lot more quickly because of the fact that I had double gain. Because I bought the game on Steam when it got released. I got double gain, and yeah, double gain just speeds up everything I wouldn't say it doubles the speed at which you can complete the game, but definitely it makes it like 1.5 faster. Yeah, it's just 5 green papers per enemy, so it's very little, regardless. Actually, here is an overkill. Look at this, I have even more range than needed, so maybe I could place it up here. So let's try. I'm gonna place it up there. So, because the level 10 actually increases the range. Let's see if I can reach the bottom left portal. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. That's a perfect position. Because that means that it can even reach this, the U-turn. Yeah, this is even better than before. And you can see, guys, that because of the amount of experience, passive experience I'm earning, other than the fact that I'm damaging enemies, I'm getting some more experience. Like my towers can level up very quickly, so I can just place them, sell them, replace them, and they can reach level 20 in a pretty reasonable amount of time. So that's why it's not a problem, like placing towers even later on. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do auto here. My bad. The team is called RLD Installer. Oh, the one from 4.8, the one that you like. Okay, thanks for sharing. Do you think it's worth trying to get Crusher infinitely on 6.3? What do you mean? It's worth trying to get Crusher infinitely? I don't understand what you're referring to. Here we go, that's the ultimate. So now you should be seeing the enemy skill going up, and also the experience earned going also higher. It just needs, like, enemies need to be on indirect fire, so that's the only requirement for the insta-kill. Below 9.8% HP and indirect fire. And the cone level 10 also increases the arc size of the frame, so you have a larger area. But it's also pretty hard to see because, like, you don't see it from the tower, which is the actual arc size. So which is, like, which enemies are being hit by the flame or which are not. So that's the only, like, sad thing about Flame Tower, that you cannot actually see how many enemies can be hit by it. But yeah, whatever. I mean, trying every game over and over. So you're gonna get the stars on 6.3, and so you wanna play infinitely. I don't know then. I would say that you don't need to. So yeah, like 6.3, you have to play it over and over, not really to get Crusher, but to farm it, like when you're farming it for 6.3 for endless, for the loot. So that's why you need to play it over and over, because of the mechanics of the level, but that's the only reason. Oh no, Homonimus, Thag Life, hi, welcome to the stream. Why you don't upgrade Blast Towers? Because I don't want them to reach level 10, because at level 10 they unlock Stopping Force, and they start throwing back enemies, and I don't want the enemies to be thrown backwards into the portals, because that just delays how quickly I can kill them, and so I end up losing some mining time, some double time. So that's why I've just got them here just to have a little bit of stun, stun chance, but that's it. I've got some more blasts here that I have upgraded, but that even if they can push the enemy backwards, enemies will not be able to enter into the portal, to the teleport, and being thrown into the portal. So that's the idea. So that's why I'm not upgrading these blast towers. Alright, very nice. Let's check here. The snipers also kills 10,000, 12.5, 11.6, 11.8, 8.3. Alright. And yeah, I'm gonna check last time, guys, here the experience from basic, and then that's gonna be it for this stream. So let's check the basics in the center. This one has 584 million, 583 million, 490, 490, 620, nice, 620 million. Then the ones in the sides, 229, 228, yeah, 29 almost, 219, 218, and this one 530 million, and then 530. Yeah, all right. So you can see that basics are still gaining experience, but it's lower and lower because, of course, they're gaining millions at this stage. So yeah, you know, the idea is to try to survive as long as you can. I'm gonna probably do another video where it's not gonna be possible anymore. Like when I'm gonna see that enemies are gonna start pushing too much forward, I cannot hold them anymore. Even by placing more snipers here, I can't destroy them. You know, it's not possible anymore to keep them there. That's where I'm gonna, you know, do the trick, the cloning process with basics, and that's where I'm gonna place my Gausses. So I really hope that I can reach wave, yeah, maybe 2500 would be very nice. If I can survive like this until wave 2500, it would be best, but I don't know if it's possible. Like, because after wave 2000, enemies like start getting like 50 billion HP, and yeah, that's where, you know, it becomes very, very hard, even with all the crits from snipers and all the damage that they do, but it becomes very hard to bring them down. But yeah, let's see. Now here's some more questions. I'm gonna just answer them and then I'm gonna end the stream. Would it make sense to stop calling waves early for some extra mining time equals basic experience? Yes, but because of the fact that I know that sooner or later, like, the amount of time I have here is gonna run out, I think I can keep having auto here, so that the few waves that I can destroy a bit faster, that's gonna be counted for me to you know, to get a little bit more time. But then most of the waves, as you can see here, look at how much time it's taking me to destroy these enemies. Like, it's taking me longer to destroy them than the amount of time I can save up with a wave. And actually the next wave now is spawned before the first one was even destroyed. So that's why, like, at this stage, this is where you start losing this time. So I know for sure that around wave probably 2200 already, I'm gonna have like almost 0 time left. So I will not be really losing any time of any kind of time. But if that happens, then yeah, just again, I can use some abilities earlier, right? So that I can survive longer. I can really exploit all the time here inside the miners, and then I'm gonna do the trick afterwards. So yeah, I have different options. I was about to ask why you don't sell mining speed, but I remember they give more points. I'm not selling here mining speed, not really because I want to have more score, but because of the fact that I need these miners to mine as many resources as possible so that they can keep on giving experience to my basic towers. So that's the idea. That's why I'm not selling the miners. And also because I place all of them. Like, I can't literally place any more miner. Like, I could and I would place more, but I can't. So yeah, that's just it. You have 9-hour time spared, and by the time you would have more than enough resources for Gauss. Yeah, it could be something. It could be something that I could see myself doing. It's just the fact that here, like, I'm gonna remove auto, alright? I'm gonna just listen to you, but the fact is that the time, like, I take so long to destroy the wave that I can't stack it anymore. So even if I let it run now, it doesn't really change that much. So yeah, I can guarantee you this time is gonna end very quickly. Like, it looks like it's a lot of time, but in around 500 waves, it's gonna be like just 1 hour left. So yeah, it looks like a lot of time, but it's not really that much. All right, here we go. So these enemies can start pushing a little bit more forward, so they're actually destroyed by these basics, by these crushers and these blasts. And yeah, so maybe I could also place here the snipers, right? I think, yeah, now is the stage where maybe here I can go for weakest, right? So yeah, let's go for weakest here on these snipers. So I have a little different targeting. Yeah, because I see these enemies, pushing forward, and snipers at the beginning, even with max endless, because enemies are so strong that yeah, these snipers do almost no damage. So that's why I'm gonna need them to level up to start getting more crit, more damage, and that's where they're gonna start slowly. After also get level 20, they're gonna start slowly do more. And yeah, that's another problem here. So yeah, fast waves is just very annoying, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to survive until wave 2000 with this setup. I really hope so, but yeah, these fast enemies are a problem. And the problem with the wave is that once they start stacking up like this, it becomes harder and harder to destroy them. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, guys. I'm already struggling here live on the stream. So I might need to start also upgrading these bottom blasts, to be honest. Yeah, because now these enemies can push forward, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up like needing to use an ability here. There are too many light enemies and too many fast enemies. You can see that only those type of enemies are sneaking through. See? Fast, light. Then here, these enemies, just because of the fact that they're mixed together, but it's especially light and fast. That is causing me problems. So, yeah. Now, because of the fact that I wanna make sure I keep on doing as much damage as possible, I'm gonna start placing some freezings here. Alright, in the center, up to here, and also here. Alright, and then here. Alright. Level 10. The map is very long, so I still have a chance that somehow I can somehow kill these enemies, like without having to use abilities, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah, I might need to use like one of Firestorm. Maybe I could use something different, just so that I don't use like an ability that's gonna be so strong like later on. Do you think for Tesla it's better to use first or second ability? Go for first and second. You can go with two abilities at once, and yeah, first and second is the best for Tesla. Also because of the fact that my snowballs see that they are blocked by these enemies at the beginning, so I'm not even able to really keep on stunning the enemies behind. So that's another problem. But yeah, I also have the zombie enemies that are being spawned sometimes, so these are also doing any damage to these enemies, even if they're stacking up. So yeah, I'm gonna actually wait until these waves, these enemies are either killed or I'm gonna use an ability. Because this is a lot earlier than I thought, but unfortunately, yeah, light enemies, especially the immunity to damage, it's just sad. So I'm gonna change also these snipers to weakest now, because I think that I'm just attacking too much random enemies that are not getting close to the end. So yeah. Nuke also, it's an ability that I can use. Yeah, that's true. But look here, guys, how much time it takes for these enemies to push forward. that's also the power of like the zombie enemies, like the zero-ended enemies, plus snipers, plus also the basics here can actually damage the enemies. So they're actually attacking them. It's not like you're attacking only the ones in the left. Unfortunately, some are doing it, but because they can't reach. So that's the only... Actually, I can maybe go for like a search modifier here. Yeah, let's go for that. 1 and 2. Okay, at least that's something more range. XT done. Hi, welcome. Yeah, actually the stream is almost over, by the way, but this is a game called Infinitode 2. And yeah, it's a very, very fun and nice game. Getting also level 20 here with these freezings, why not? And this is actually my current attempt to reach the highest amount of waves possible. Actually, I could get... Yeah, I don't know why I didn't. I didn't got here one more blast and one more crusher here, because I definitely can. And also here. Yeah, actually, I'm pushing the enemies backwards. Wow, that's insane. That's insane now. Do you guys remember that before, like, I had more enemies stacking up, they would have pushed forward. Now I'm able to push them backwards. So yeah, I haven't really used any abilities left. You look cool in your profile pic. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's a photo from like 5 years ago, where I was doing an L sit, an L hang on the bar. And yeah, it's been a very long time since then, but I still work out, and every now and then I upload videos, and I actually have started working out a lot more recently. So I'm gonna probably upload some videos pretty soon. Oh, here we go, guys. I was able to beat everything. I was able to beat all those enemies that were stacking up, and now I'm back to the actual wave. So yeah, thankfully no abilities were needed, and yeah, nice, very, very, very nice. No, there is a blast here that's level 10, I think. Level 9, no, none of these ones were level 10. Because I saw some enemies being pushed backwards into the portal, I don't know. I want to play this, but I'm on invalid platform. It's called. Oh, rip. You can play this either on mobile or also on PC. So you can choose to. You can choose whatever. So yeah, definitely like placing these other freezings here, I think it helped. Because like it allowed me to keep on doing percentage damage to these enemies, to create more snowballs. So yeah, that was definitely something useful. And that's still not the end of the day, because like I could place more freezings here, so I'm gonna do it. No? Let's fill all these platforms with towers. Wow, I can't see anything. But yeah, that's it. So now that's all these platforms filled with freezing. And yeah, so I should be able to have the maximum percentage damage everywhere, even up here now. And now you can only see the enemies because of the amount of debuffs on them. The amount of freezing effects. Alright. But yeah, as I said before, guys, this is gonna be it. It's already 8:30 p.m. I gotta go. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. I definitely gonna do record another video where I'm not gonna be able anymore to survive the enemies, and I'm gonna have to then use the trick. I mean, use the basic ultimate to create Gausses. They're gonna be as strong as I could have possibly have done. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Really, thanks for watching. God bless you, and have a nice evening. See ya. Bye bye.